first 5 seconds of the video, we're going to get straight into it. So you know what you came here for. Today is 321, day 320. Day 321 of evolving into a starseed. So let's get straight into it. So, child. So we're going to talk about mending our relationships with our parents and later on in life to release trauma. Because yesterday we spoke about how trauma, isn't really a trauma. Because once you finally get into that headspace of I'm not going through trauma anymore, the trauma goes away. It's like, oh, I'm not going through trauma anymore. And the reason I can't build meaningful relationships is because there's people around me who don't want to hear about trauma, but I keep on projecting my trauma back into my reality. All right. So that's not my goal here. I don't want to do trauma no more. Trauma is no longer a part of the algorithm. My algorithm is going to speak more so to what I'm doing, where I want to go, what I want to do, not what's been done to me, so that I'm not continuing to project a victim mentality. Because who wants to be friends with the victim? I mean, don't get me wrong, we all love to adopt dogs, right? But you usually would want a dog that's like energetic, jumping around the house, ready to play with the kids, get you going, kind of wants to, run and explore on its walk. You don't want the dog that just sits there in the corner shaking because it's afraid to be pet or afraid to be walked or afraid to be looked at. And when you look at life like that, you'll understand why continuing to hold on to the trauma narrative is kind of the problem. So you start to move into the space where it's like, okay, well, after the trauma, how do I feel? What do I do after the trauma? And that's where you get to the big you. So let's get straight into it. I want to thank you all for subscribing. If you are here, please subscribe to the channel because you guys are getting me closer and closer to getting to I keep saying subscription. Okay, subscribe to the channel, to monetization. But more importantly, yeah, I'm just happy to have you guys here and celebrating me and my growth, because being on a public platform sometimes can be very knee buckling, for lack of better words, because you're trying to figure out which way to go, which way to grow, and you're leading by example. You're no longer having people lead you when you're on this platform. So everyone who comes here and supports me and entrusts me to lead them with my knowledge, my wisdom, I really appreciate you guys. So yes, the idea. Ooh, hold on, let me put a chapstick on. I'll be right back. The ideology of bless me, my God. The ideology of not wanting to be sorry about that, y'all. That came out of nowhere. The ideology of not wanting to be set into a space where you're forced to be sat down. You're forced to be, oh, excuse me. I said that wrong. Why did my mind just glitch for 5 seconds? Because I got up. When you go through doorways, your mind tends to clear itself. And that's why you always forget what you came to look for in the room when you go through a doorway. For those who didn't know. But, okay. We're hydrated. So, when it comes to being stuck in your trauma versus letting it go, again, you don't want the dog that's in a corner like this. Like, don't look at me, don't touch me, I'm afraid to play, I don't know what's going on, it's scary. No one wants to be with that puppy. No one wants to adopt that puppy. So think about your friendships like that, or building new relationships after trauma like that. No one wants to be friends with the person who's like, everybody's out to get me, I'm a victim, and you don't understand, and I'm afraid of the world, and if you touch too much of my divine feminine energy, then I'm going to lose my life, and you're just scared all the time, right? So instead of being that version of yourself, you got to be the version of yourself who's like, the dog that's ready to be adopted. Like, oh, are you my new family? Do you want to adopt me? I want to play. I can't wait. I'm excited. So in human terms, that'd be looking like, wow, you guys do what? You guys like to work out and go to the gym every morning? You guys like to do yoga? I like to do those things. I mean, I haven't been outside and, been around people a lot, but if you guys lead the way, sure, I'd love to join you guys first. Can I have a sit down with you guys first before we go out into the big world? Is that okay? you know, because you're coming out of trauma. A puppy is not going to want to just, oh, yeah, well, like you have to slowly but surely work your way in the door with everything, especially coming out of trauma, because you might end up building the wrong relationships if you just straight up go in there anyway, right? But again, It's all a part of the healing process, because even when, a puppy gets saved from a traumatic situation like being starved or abandoned, they have to get socialized first before they're even released to anyone, or before they even put on the market to be adopted. Right? So there's that as well. No, we don't like to think about ourselves as puppies, as dogs, as animals, but I mean, despite what you believe, there are only 5 kingdoms of life: the kingdom of animals, plants, fungi. I think it's protista, which are cells that have a flagella that allows it to swim, and then the cells that cannot move. They're just a cell. And I think they have. I think no, one cell has a flagella, or no, maybe I think the protistas have flagella, and like they have a lot of hairs all around them. Whereas then there's the other cells that just are non-moving or like immobile. So whether you believe it or not, we are more like animals than we like to admit. People always say, "Oh, these people are more like animals. We don't have animal DNA," but there's only 5 kingdoms of life, and humans fall in the animal kingdom because we are, in fact, mammals that grow hair all over our bodies, our faces, the back of our hands. Some of all of our arms. Like I got hair on my hands here, and here. So it's like we kind of try to deny what we actually are in order to be this elite life form, which a lot of us are adapting into different things, because there are humans now being born without wisdom teeth. So they would not technically be Homo erectus. But of course, the universe is not going to tell you that there's another organism living on the planet at the same time of us, because a lot of us humans would start to freak the heck out and be like, "Oh my God, so there's something that's not human that lives. Oh, my kid is not normal because they're not." Well, by science's explanation, if your kid's born without wisdom teeth, then yes, in fact, they are actually not Homo erectus. You have an adapted version of a human being, which you have produced is no longer a Homo erectus if your child is being born without wisdom teeth. But a lot of people don't want to face those facts. So back to the trauma, right? So when you finally get out of trauma, you're like, "Oh, so the reason I'm feeling traumatized is because I was holding on to the trauma, but I've now socialized myself, or I think I'm comfortable enough to be socialized. I'm ready to go ahead and get out." The first thing you have to do is heal your relationship with your parents, because a lot of the times you'll start to see your parents in people that you meet, or even your siblings in people that you meet, or your family in people that you meet. What's up, everyone tapping in? If you're here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Happy to have you here. So a lot of the times when you're ready to re-socialize yourself, you'll start to realize, like, hold on, this person reminds me of my father. This person reminds me of my mother. This person reminds me of my grandmother. This person reminds me of this person. You'll start to realize that there's people who are going to remind you of so many individuals. So you have to be willing and ready to socialize yourself, right? So in order to start that process, it's best to heal those traumatic thoughts with your parents. Once you finally realize that your parents were just as lost as you were in this world when they were raising you before they had you, you'll start to realize why, oh shoot, I can't judge them because they're just as lost as I was. And then you release the trauma, like, "Oh, my daddy was drinking at the age of 55 in the club because he was like me. He wished he had a childhood. And since he doesn't technically have any children to be responsible for now because we're all grown, he's just going to live his best life until he ain't got no more life to live because he want to relive that moment. And if people make him feel litty in the city, uh, so be it. Maybe that's how he hunts, So you can't judge your parents for that. Oh, my mother, she gossips a lot, but she's over analytical of people. She's like me. She has an analytical mind. She's not talking about people because she's a biatch. She's talking about people because, oh, she's like me. She sees the patterns. As a Sagittarius, you see the patterns. Okay, you start to see it. You be like, looks over the top of glasses. And it's not judgmental, it's just we're very analytical people because we're like philosophers, we're travelers. We break things down and analyze them and study them. And she's also into like numerology and astrology. So people like that, we're highly spiritual, highly cognizant, cognizant. So we analyze a lot. We break things down a lot. Is it a child's job to make excuses for parental behavior? No, I'm not saying that it's your job to make an excuse for your parents' behavior. But when you finally get to the part where you're trying to heal your trauma, you can't keep on looking at the fact that, oh my God, my daddy might have potentially had me set up and raped as a kid. You gotta realize my dad was lost in the sauce like everybody else. My dad is a human being. If Diddy's out here doing what he's doing and making it out of jail, okay? I'm not excusing the behavior at all. Don't get me wrong. There's no excuse for your parents treating you like shit. But when you finally are ready to like release the trauma, it's like, I don't want to have that story no more. Like, okay, so what, he did that dumb shit. And I still have a whole life to live. My mom might have been a bitch. So what? I still have a whole life to live. And if I hold on to who they were when they tore me down, I'm going to remain torn down because, again, every single cell in your body and your environment, because as within, so without, every single cell around you is holding on to a narrative version of you, right? It's holding on to a version of you. And you can either continue to keep on promoting that version and giving that version a platform to exist, or you can be like, okay, I'm done with my trauma. Like I said yesterday, I had a little small conversation with a person online, and she even said, I never thought about it like that. Where she's like, okay, a guy was following me around the store and he made me feel uncomfortable. So I said, I fucking hate all men, and all men are shitbags. And I didn't mean all men, but every single man on my platform got offended by that. And I apologize for that, but most men are shitbags because they don't have any, like, I guess, emotion for the fact that some woman was treated like shit. Like, how could you be a real guy or a man and you don't care about the fact that a woman's venting? Like, you're caring more so about protecting your ego than understanding that there are some shitbags out here. And what happened with that was, it's not that she was, what I typed the whole entire thing and I realized my comment was so long that it couldn't even been, it wasn't even able to be posted on Instagram. So the last thing that I remember typing, the last sentence was, and maybe it makes them resurface their trauma and that's why they don't want to face it, right? So then when I realized that, and I was like, okay, don't want to reface the trauma. All right, so back up everything. Maybe people don't want to hear about trauma because it makes them relive their problems. Like, maybe there's people who have been raped by their father and prostituted by their father. Maybe there are people who were beat by their mother and treated like shit. They don't want to keep on coming around people who continue to keep on bringing that narrative to the front. Is trauma dumping and venting the same to you? No. Venting is just getting it off your chest. Trauma dumping is saying, okay, you're going to hold, like, you're going to push this emotional baggage for me. Like, you know, I'm not feeling like good, so I need you to hold on to all of this for me. This is my bag of shit. I need you to do, like, the work. Which is what a lot of people do, like narcissists do in relationships, because they have bad relationships with their mother, and they'll tell you about it, but then they'll, like, make you responsible for it. You know that I'm fucked up in these streets. You know that this. So why you keep on trying to treat me like, you know, I don't need healing? That's trauma dumping. Venting is like, bro, I don't understand why my mom always does this shit. She what happened? Oh, I understand. But you know what? Fuck that shit. Come on, let's go out. Let's go have a good time. That's the difference between trauma dumping and venting. So what I'm explaining right now is that when you finally stop trauma dumping and you're simply venting about it, and then saying, okay, I've shout out to the Aura Lab gummies. I've identified it, and now from here, we're going to move forward, because hell no. As an empath, you too understand it too. Yeah, I understand both as an empath, because when people are trying to vent to me, I'll feel it, and then I'll feel them release it. Whereas when you're trauma dumping, you want me to feel so bad about it that you want me to hold all the pain that you have in your heart chakra and my heart chakra. You want me to hold all the pain that you feel in your 3 and your 2 and mine. You want me to hold all the pain that you feel in your whatever in my space. Like, whatever pain you feel, you want me to hold on to that too. When you feel pain in your throat, you want me to feel pain in my throat. When you feel pain in your back, you want me to feel pain in my back. You want me to feel exactly how you feel. I don't feel that. I learned how to just be hollow. What's up, achiever? Okay. So I don't want to feel that, because I don't identify with that anymore. I'm about to be 32 in a couple of days. Ow, ow, ow. So I'm excited about that. But I hate when people try to dump their pain from their two on my two. Yeah, oh, child. I be trying to tell my okay, but again, that's trauma dumping versus venting. But again, like I said, we're talking about how we got to trauma dump. I mean, excuse me, dump out the trauma so we don't trauma dump about our parents, so we can get into the healthy relationships. Because a lot of what we're holding on to from our parents. You date a certain kind of guy because we have no choice. But Freud is a study that whatever you fall in love with your parents is what you fall in love with in a mate, because your daddy teaches you how to be loved and held compassionately as a woman. That's why a man gives his daughter away at a wedding. He's like, okay, I'm taking my phallus off of her, I'm going to scoop her off spiritually off of me, now I'm sitting her on your lap, now you got to take care of her. That's what giving your daughter away means. She's been sitting on my lap all this time. I've been making sure the world around her is safe, watching her spiritually. That's why they test you throughout the whole entire engagement to see if you're even prepared to protect his daughter. He's like, are you even socially aware of what you're supposed to be doing with my daughter? Like, do you know how to take care of her? Do you know how to have a woman sitting in your lap and be that man that's standing? Like how you see how this person is behind me? A man is supposed to be like that to his woman. Like, he's supposed to be behind you at all times, making sure he's got your back. Like, my man got my back. So he's like this giant standing behind you spiritually at all times. What are you talking about? No, not feminism. If just listen so you can receive the message. If you listen and open your ears instead of try to analyze, you'll hear. So when a man or a father gives his daughter away, he takes his daughter off his lap and says, okay, this is my baby. I've been taking care of her. Now that you've made it through all the tests and we got to this day, I'm going to give you the full responsibility of my daughter. So at the point when you're getting married, the dad is expecting you to not have to come back to need any kind of support financially, maybe mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But when it comes to like the physical and the spiritual, for the most part, it's time for you to take the whole entire burden. Like, she shouldn't have to run back to daddy. Now mommy and daddy can go ahead and live in their house without another kid that they're spiritually responsible for. That's when they start to live their best life and they start to go on their trips. You understand? So when we decide to start letting go of trauma and things from our parents, we can then start to associate ourselves with our actual partners. Now, we do fall in love with partners like our parents, and if our parents did love us appropriately, we find healthier partners. But just because your parents didn't, again, this is why we're releasing the trauma. If your parents didn't love you appropriately, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to release the trauma though, so that you can find the person for you. Because I started looking at the dudes I was dating. I'm like, dang, you do still remind me of my dad. My daddy was a whole pimp and went to prison for 7 years for being a pimp. I understand why I'm allowing you to treat me like this now, because I was taught that this is how you're supposed to treat women. Like, as a child, I observed this kind of behavior. I was literally babysat by his prostitutes at certain points in time in my life. So the kind of energy that's percolating through the space, I was used to, right? Men do lead, but again, when it comes to a wolf pack, the leader is always in the back, because the leader has to. So a wolf pack goes like this. Sidebar: the old people and the old people and the sick people are on the outside, because they produce the actual rhythm of the family, right? Inside of that, they then have the layer of the best fighters, the most agile ones, right behind the old people. So every single time you see an agile person that can fight real good, it's an old person that's right in front of them to help lead them and give them a pace or frequency or a beat. And then it's like you get a little dog behind you, the agile fighters. And then next thing you have behind that is the women and the children in the center. But the wolf, the leader, is all the way away from the pack, from the back, watching the whole entire circle, because when an attack happens, he has to be able to see the attack and be able to protect his entire pack. So if they all disperse, he still sees where the attack is coming from, and he can still dictate it. So that's why you're supposed to have the man behind the woman. Not saying that the man's supposed to be in front of the woman as a protective face, but a man, because essentially if you're sitting on a man's lap anyway, if y'all are connected in Shakti Shiva position anyways, usually the woman is facing the man and they're face to face, and she's sitting in his lap in this position. She'd be turned around and he has his arms around her and she has her arms around him in Shakti Shiva. So you're supposed to be in your man's lap. He's like your seat. He's basically your chair. You're sitting in your chair, your throne, and he's got the beat, the rhythm, the spiritual frequency alignment that goes through all your chakras. His phallus goes through all your chakras and gives you your throne to sit on as a queen. And as he's behind you, because he can see the attacks, because he's taller than you usually spiritually. Men are usually bigger than us spiritual, unless you're an Amazon woman like some people. Anyway, we're getting far off track. That's a whole nother lesson for another day, because we're still in the healing phases, right? But a father gives his daughter away. He takes his daughter off his lap. He's been giving her an environment. He's been creating a world for her for all these years. And now that he knows that he can trust you to provide a similar, if not better world, then that's when the marriage is able to happen. The engagement is pleasant and he can give the daughter away. Just because I was traumatized as a young person doesn't mean that I don't understand what healthy relationships should look like and can be. And just because this is a thing doesn't mean that the relationship will be perfect either. But the father can see at least you will try, you'll make the efforts to do what he has done for his daughter, if not better, before he gives his daughter away at the wedding. That's what that whole entire ceremony and the giving away of the daughter is all about. Okay. Now, when it comes to mothers, that's why it's daddy's girl, mama's boy. Moms nurture boys so that the boys know how to be received by a woman, be nurtured by a woman, how it feels to be in a woman's world. Because just like a man provides a logic system from the brain, the woman provides a nurturing frequency. As Beyonce and Jay-Z said, I heard you be the light, but I heard you be the block, but I'm the light that keeps the streets on. Ran by the man, but the women keep the tempo. It's a lot of spiritual knowledge that's coming in these songs, but you got to be able to hear it. You got to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, right? So the man is the block, the environment, but I'm the beat, the frequency. Because if a man doesn't have a woman, things start to look a little deadly outside. You understand what I'm saying? And vice versa. And that's why after a breakup or a separation or divorce, I looked outside. It's gray as I don't know what outside. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she gone, and she's always gone so long. Every time she goes away. Okay. So when you understand, I hear you be the block, but I'm the light that keeps the streets on. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's a union between two souls that creates a reality that is pleasant to be in, to be a part of. And some people's relationships are so big based on their spiritual ascension level that it creates an environment for even the people that they live around, where they alter the frequency of the environment on that level. And it's not out of them being egotistical, it's just it is what it is. Based on how spiritually leveled up a person has become based on their growth. And it doesn't rely on your age or where you're from or anything like that. It's based on how spiritual you truly are, because the light bearers and the energy workers, the grid holders, the people who are meant to do that work spiritually since they were a child, that's just who they are. So when you understand that aspect, it's like, oh, we're building a world together. But some people's job is a little bit different than other people's job. Where when your relationship goes off the deep end, everybody looking outside like, where the sun at? Dang, it's a little gray outside today. Oh, it's been thunderstorming for the past 3 days. What's going on? Meanwhile, you and your ex fighting. But as soon as y'all get back together, it's sunny outside again. Every time. I don't have to tell. I don't care if an alpha or beta man agrees. I'm telling you what has been happening with me my whole life. If I break up with somebody, it don't be sunshine outside until I find somebody else to go be with and start a brand new world with. But that same person, their world, I'll be tapping into their energy and it's giving dark, or they'll find somebody else to go tap into another, because you're creating worlds together. World creation happens with partnerships. It's a partnership thing. Like every time I be in my son's dad's energy when he was locked up for the longest, it'd be gray outside because there's no sunshine. He's in prison. It's sad. So even me being in that energy with him and in the prison system, all they do is drain you all day long, literally all day. It's a draining experience. It's not gonna create the most sunny experience outside with freaking birds tweeting and squirrels. Now, let's move into, okay. So when you were able to release the trauma that your parents have induced on you, where again, maybe my mom made me a very hyper independent woman because she was a hyper independent woman because she had to raise 5 kids by herself, single mother. And she's a Sagittarius woman. I'm a Sagittarius woman. Sagittarians are fire signs, which is a masculine zodiac. It's just natural that we would be more masculine. It's not our choosing to be this way. It's with the zodiac. You, that zodiac don't tell you what to do. But there's a reason why it exists. There's a reason why the stars are placed in the sky at different angles. There's a math, there's an astrology to everything. Everything is in a certain place and a position at every single given point in time for a reason, because nothing is an accident. Everything happens in the world with intention. There's a reason why a Sagittarian woman was meant to be more masculine. Maybe because, I don't know, me and my mom both have the same experience where baby fathers goes to jail. So who was gonna, if we just sat there and we were so submissive, oh my God, he's gone to prison. What am I going to do? Oh, I can't take care of this baby by myself. I don't know what to do. I'm so lost in the world. Or a masculine woman's like, you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do. So I'm gonna get 3 jobs. And I'm gonna just go ahead and take this bullet to the chest and then, all right, whatever. Oh, I met somebody else. Okay, well, I got my guard up with you because the last dude got locked up in prison and I don't have time for them kind of games. So I'm gonna have my guard up a little bit until you show me the right way. I'm not gonna submit to you because I gotta protect my queendom, my space that I'm building for my daughter, for my son, for my children. Okay, we having kids together. Okay, let's try it. Okay, you keep on showing me that you're not right. You abusing me. You put your hands on me. I'm bleeding. I gotta call the police on you. Okay, I don't want to call the police on you no more. I don't want you to go to jail, but I want you to be a good father. You're still not being a good father. Okay, you gotta get out our kids' life. Like, now it's time for you to go. I got 4 kids that by you, but another kid by another man. And I see you not doing right. So now you gotta go. You gotta move out the way because I gotta be strong for these kids. These kids can't see how you acting because how you acting is messing up how I feel on the inside. And you're disturbing my peace. So I got to be on my P's and Q's because these kids need an environment to exist in that doesn't have your trauma all up in it. And I'm going to tell you this. You might feel like it's a bad thing, right? But my mother raised all 5 of us, my siblings, right? I had my own business for 5 years after going to college and getting out of hair school. I had 3 jobs right after I had my son. My son was 2 months. I got 3 jobs and was still in hair school until I finished. That's determination, that's dedication, that's being able to still rise to the occasion. My second brother got his bachelor's degree. He still pushed the point. He might have hated school. He still got his bachelor's degree. He worked for the family business now. My other sister, she went and got her associate's degree. She's had her own business making cupcakes and stuff for Valentine's Day called Bloombox. Y'all go find that on Instagram. And she's thinking about doing meal prep because she cooks really good. And she has a daughter now. My baby brother, he got his master's degree. And he had a full ride scholarship on basketball his entire college career. So he barely owes any student loans. My baby sister, full ride scholarship on cheerleading. Doesn't have to pay not 1 cent for college at all. And she got her master's. And they gave her a job at her college being a cheerleading head coach. The team that she grew up on, they was on what's the thing on TV where all the sports be at? The sports, not EA Sports. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She was on that. She was on the TV or national TV doing cheerleading. She was like real life bring it on bullshit. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And she went out of state, traveled all over the whole entire country to do cheerleading. And legitimately was on whatever the sports channel is, getting her whole entire shit set up. Growing, meeting people everywhere, becoming a whole entire cheerleading phenomenon. Don't have to pay not 1 cent for college. So whether you believe that it requires a man and a woman to be in a relationship and a woman to be submissive, there are certain situations where God will place a Sagittarian woman to be someone's mother and be very dominant and masculine because it was made that she would be in her masculine energy because that's just what her zodiac is, and she ended up with a bitch nigga because opposites have to attract. And if she wasn't who she was, all of us could have fell through the cracks. But not one of my mom's kids is an alcoholic, drunk, slut bucket, and a failure. Even me being homeless for 9 months, I still was able to keep my business together. Kept my car is paid off. My son is completely fine. I still look sane. I still am sane. I'm just spiritually aware more than the average person, or I guess I'm more deeply influenced and I guess wrapped up in my spiritual experience. But none of my mom's kids are like losers, or we've never gone to, well, now I finally did go to jail. But that I'm going to court for it in 2 days. That like that I'm not even guilty of that crime. Like that was something that the police wrote up, finessed, and like twisted the whole entire story in the documents. Really like put an extra huzzah on it. Like it wasn't even all that. Y'all gotta relax. Like chill. So you understand what I'm saying? Just because finally went to jail, lol. What religion do you support? I was raised as a Catholic, but I support all religions because I believe that all of them have keys to life. However, you know, I don't particularly practice one or the other. I think that all religions have validity in some fashion. I mean, this is Buddhism right here, right? But I believe in all religions. You seem like a very defensive person to me. No, it's a mother's instinct to be defensive over her energy, over her children. That's a mother. You're not going to go into a tiger's den and expect the mother to not be, as soon as you tap her baby, her baby start crying, you're going to see that big tiger come around the corner like, what's going on? You trying to fuck up my kid? What you doing? That's just a mother's instinct in the wild. And like I said, we are more connected to the animal kingdom than any. We are a part of the 5 kingdoms of life. We're in the animal kingdom. It's normal for a woman to want to protect her kid because that's a motherly instinct. What you think a mother's supposed to be like? Hi, just take everything, have access to my whole body, and do what you want to me. Meanwhile, I have kids that are spiritually attached to me that need to be nurtured too, but take what you want instead. As a mother, you're going to be naturally defensive because you got to protect your kids, especially when you had to survive without a man assisting you. You become even more of a defensive mother, even more of a defensive woman. And again, like I said, I'm a Sagittarian, so we're naturally masculine. It's just what I was born into. My life path number is a 1, which is a leader. I can't be all docile and be a leader. Mother Teresa was all, oh, so compassionate, but she had a whole entire, set trip behind her. The whole Catholic diaspora behind her. The whole archdiocese. But in order to lead, especially when you're making it from the bottom to the top, from nothing, you got to have a strong personality. Even Beyonce would say, what's the deal? Hold on, wait, what? No, that's not what I want to do with the lights. Even you see her at tour, turn the fan on. Turn the fan on. Like, you got to be a dominant woman about yourself, even when people want you to be submissive, because if you don't set yourself up to be who you need to be, you're never going to be able to be seen as a huge, whole, entire person. You keep on letting people push you around, you're going to be the push around pussy. Physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Everybody going to think they can have access to your body, to you. You're just going to be a push around. Okay, so I'm going to go back and answer some questions because I see I've missed a lot. All right, it matters because betas are in competition with you emotionally. Alpha is trying to protect you emotionally. That's why I said the alpha man would be like that husband that the father would see and be like, okay, you can provide an environment for my daughter that I think is okay. So I can release her to you. I can give my daughter away to you. I can let my daughter marry you. I feel comfortable with her marrying you and being in a relationship with you. So I'm not negating that at all. What religion do you support? Okay, I answered that already. You seem like a very defensive person. I answered that. Based on your words, are you more comfortable dominating a man or submitting to a man? I feel like if a man is able to provide, again, an environment for me to feel submissive in, I could submit. But if a man is like asking me for money, putting his hands on me and being crazy, I'm not going to submit to that. What the hell? Well, you need to be beat. See that? Yeah. Calm your ass down, woman. You always want to be, sit down. Like, what? Why would I want to be? My dad never, my father has never put his hands on me. My father has not beat me once in my life. My father has never put a belt to my ass, a hand to me. That one time he did was my 21st birthday, and that's the one day that like he had the chance to show me he was a better person, and he grabbed me up by my arm. It was like, I guess because I think I kicked over the bucket at the table or something, because he took me out to the club with my friends and bought us a table. So I kicked over the bucket, and he was like, "Well, your ass want to be grown? I'm gonna show your ass grown." And Lord, if I tell y'all what happened on that day, whoo, child, 10-year anniversary of what's going on now, getting a rape kit done, all that bullshit, like, child, okay. So again, women who come from situations like that, where you finally try to allow your dad to be the role model in your life, and he still shows you that he's not mature enough, that's why a lot of us women have to be masculine, because the masculines in our life that we try to give chances to show us that no, that ain't it, baby. I'm gonna have to go ahead and be strong for myself, because even my own father was too damn drunk to have enough sense to make sure I made it home safely. Like, leave the club and tell the dude, can you order me an Uber on my phone, bruh? And then make sure I got Ubered all the way to my grandmother's house or wherever, safely, and sleep, and then Uber back to the club himself. Because I somehow ended up at the hotel table place. They talking about somebody asked for a room and all this crazy ass shit was going on. Like, I woke up in a hospital, and they said I was picked up from a hotel with friends. What you mean I was at a hospital? I mean, a hotel with friends. Who was the friends? But then the person at the front desk, oh no, just the taxi cab man came and was trying to get your address. So that's why you ended up in the front and peeing on yourself on the couch. Huh? But my dad said I peed on him on his lap. So was my dad with his friends trying to get a hotel room, and he's talking about, I'm gonna show you grown? What, you about to prostitute me out to make your money back? Like, it's so many things that went through my mind. So women are masculine and defensive because a lot of us have been SA'd and taken advantage of throughout our journey. And that was in the care of people who were supposed to take care of us. So we get really defensive because even our own parents or fathers, because my mother, after that day, she's never spoken to my father again. She deleted him and blocked him on Facebook. She's not said one word to my father since I was 21. With good reason. Sometimes you can't see yourself. Like, I can't talk to you. And it's funny because he'll live a peaceful life. He lives in, but it's like they both make about over $100,000 a year. They both make six figures. But it's like she can't respect him because she probably psychically know what happened that day. But don't nobody want to tell me what happened that day. So a lot of women are so masculine and defensive because of the fact that when we were supposed to be treated like women and being able to submit and be taken care of for the night, sometimes even our own fathers drop the ball. Because my son's father wanted to come with me that day. But he said, oh no, you too young, you can't come with her. But for some odd reason, my son's father's friends was all in the club that day. They was at the table next to us. He was like, yeah, he's smoking. Like, yeah, come on, y'all can hit my J. What you talking about? Yeah, I'm with them. We know each other. Like, they was trying to protect me more than my own father was. You understand what I'm saying? So my son's father even had people on the ground making sure I was okay while I was in the club, even though he couldn't come because he was 8 months younger than me, so he wasn't 21 yet. So sometimes men do be trying to be that person for people. And then even sometimes my son's father energy, he do try to protect me. And he tries to be a protective energy. But people see, oh, he's being a demon. He's haunting everybody. He's like, nah, I know that nigga ain't got no kind of good intentions for you. So I'm going to spiritually do whatever the fuck I need to protect you and my son. And anybody who I see is going to ride for some stupid ass nigga that's trying to literally kill you. Meanwhile, my own father was like, yeah, let's get her a rum. Or she like just as drunk as I was. Instead of being a father and being a protector, he was on my level. Now, of course, I've forgiven him for that because, like I said, once you release trauma and you say, "Oh, I gotta understand," like I said, you was just trying to be young still. You was feeling yourself. It was a whole bunch of girls with you at the club. You was feeling lit because all of our energy was wrapped around you. I get what happened that day. I can't excuse it, but I get it, but I forgive it though. I can't excuse it, but I can forgive it. Okay? So, and when it comes to submitting or dominating a man, I'm going to dominate myself until I know that you can take care of me, because I've had men who were supposed to take care of me throw me to the wayside, and I ended up damn near dead in the hospital multiple times because of it. So women who act like they don't want to submit, you don't understand we have a story. Now, of course, like I said, when we're ready to let go of that trauma and let somebody in, it just really sucks that we sometimes do that and someone comes back in just to sit here and sink their teeth in our freshly sewn up and healed wounds all over again. Because those scars are on you for life a lot of the times. So it sucks that a man will come in and take advantage of those same lesions and then cut even deeper the next time. So it's hard for us to submit sometimes. And it's not y'all's fault. But again, when we're ready to let go of that trauma, like, you know what? That was 10 years ago. My dad did, he knew what he was doing. Like, forget that. Let that shit go. Whatever. Okay, that was my baby father. Okay, he did all that, but then he eventually did end up still getting with another girl and cheating on me because he felt the energy was easier over there and lighter, which it probably was because he wasn't. I'm carrying the weight of all 4 of my siblings, my grandmother. I got people who 90 something years old in my family. It's 5 generations alive at the same time. I'm carrying a lot of dead, some of it might be dead weight, essentially, because as long as you stay connected, you stay alive, right? So I'm carrying a lot of weight on my shoulders, and he like, bro, I can't keep doing this with you, like. So he went and he did his own thing. So again, people leave for different reasons. They not ready to hold the weight on the shoulders of certain people. So for me to just submit to another man and just trust that he got my back, it's hard. Because every time I've tried to, even in this relationship, I tried to. At one point, I was like, okay, I'm going to let you drive the boat. And the next thing you know, I'm like getting cursed out, car starting to break down, money going left, skin start breaking out. I get a job. I'm like, you trying to act like my freaking Instagram account was like almost hacked or something. It was like, we need to prove that your identity is your identity. We need to verify your identity. I'm like, wait, what? Well, what the fuck going on? You need to verify my identity. What the hell going on, nigga? Why ever since I started dating you, it's talking about something verify my identity? What you doing? Trying to steal my identity? Like, what the fuck going on? Like, this shit's weird. I've never been in a relationship where I had to keep on getting my Instagram re-verified because they're scared that they don't know who the hell I am. Because you somehow know how to energetically or digitally take over someone else's whole entire existence. So it's really hard for us to submit a lot of the times because it's like, if I submit to you, you might just consume everything that I did. Because I had 8,000 followers on Instagram. Since I started dating this dude, it's gone down like 7,000 something. I keep losing followers. People keep leaving. Like, what's up with your energy where you gaining followers, but I'm losing followers? Because you got me going against my morals just to submit to you. When I know damn well I ain't got no business submitting to you because you asking me for money, you doing this, you doing that. And it's, again, letting go of the trauma. When we finally, as a woman, I let that go. I'm gonna let it go. I let it go. All right, I'm ready to date again. And you still got a damn doggy collar on me like you gonna keep me in your relationship with you? Let me go. Let my neck go. Let me go. Because I'm ready to let go of the trauma. And here you are still as a woman trying to be sweet and submissive, but then everybody looks at you like you're controlling, evil, chaotic. It's like, do you even know? But it's like we try to let go of the trauma, but the trauma be like, where you think you about to go? Okay. Where your man at? Can't keep one? Oh no, he was actually blowing up my phone the other day. And I pretty much just, after sitting down with him, realizing like he can't handle what I do carry, meaning my ex not trusting him based on things that he's done to me, all of these scars on my neck from him choking me out, like, it just didn't make sense. And it's because I wouldn't submit, but it's like, I can't submit to you if I don't know that you truly got my back. Like, you sending yourself money while I'm asleep. It's like, when we try to release the trauma, a lot of us, because we give fair chances. When I moved to this apartment, I'm like, okay. My room felt so peaceful. My bedroom, I'm like, oh my God, it's so peaceful in here. I don't want you to come in my bedroom. Like, you can come anywhere in my house, but in my bedroom. Don't come in my son's bedroom. Don't come in my bedroom. Keep the energy in the living area where it can be funneled out, cleansed, and everything else. Don't put the energy in the bedrooms. It's supposed to be sacred and private. He broke the door open just to get in the bedroom. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we try to release the trauma, a lot of us. And we try to give second chances and let men dominate. But then it's like, Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I can't believe I just did this again. What happens when your children are no longer children and they are no longer under your watchful eye? My son has spiritually grown up. He's quote unquote outside. I still check in. I don't care if he don't want me to like see. I'm gonna still look. I'm gonna like, what you got going on over there? I'm a peep, because I mean, I'm a mom. You still live in my house. I'm gonna still peep. But on that same frequency, I'm not gonna stop you from doing what you need to do to grow. Because I understand that I had to grow. And that's where when you release the trauma, it helps, because it's like I understand that I had to release. I understand that I had to spiritually grow up. So I understand what my son's gonna have to go through, because I remember what I was going through when I was 13. Learning my body, masturbation, stuff like that. Being asked to smoke weed and skip school. I remember all the lessons, so I'm not going to stop my son from growing, but I'm also going to be a safety net when he falls down and be like, okay, you good? All right, I'll pick you back up. Let's go. That's being a parent. And we have to, as women, sometimes be so masculine because we playing daddy and mommy. My son's father's been in prison for 5-6 years now. 6 years. I have to be masculine because no man lives in my house. I can't expect my masculine neighbors to be my son's father. And even my last boyfriend, he's trying to get me pregnant, but he's like, I'm not your son's father. I'm like, you're not, but you could at least help me. And I don't want to be his father. I'm like, whoa. So then that, again, I tried to submit and go with the program, but now you're telling me something, you don't want to be my son's like stepfather. Like essentially, if we relationship baby, that's kind of how that works. Marriage, you become stepdad. What you talking about? So again, that's why women become masculine, because it's like we try to be feminine and let y'all men in, but then it'd be like, oh my God, we just released all this trauma. We move into the next stage of the relationship, and now you talking something, you don't want to be my son's father, but you want to get me pregnant. So you want to be a father to one of my kids, but not both of my kids. So then what's your point? Like, what's your purpose? Something's a little off here. Too masculine, I think, to keep man. She has a soft side. I seen it when she was singing. Hello from Missouri. She attracts losers. Laughing Yoda. I don't attract losers. Losers are attracted to everybody that has a pulse line. Fuck face. What are you saying? What's up, man? Yeah, losers are attracted to anything that has a pulse. What are you saying? And winners are attracted to people who are on their level, and I attract people like that too. But again, after being through the trauma, you like, all right, let me see, because the last dude I talked to, like I said, 400,000 following platform, locked in with the city. But it's like the stuff you say behind the scenes make me think like, why do people like you? How do you have this kind of platform when you say stuff like this to people? Like, oh my God. So just because somebody is successful and a winner on paper or by the nation's perception, behind closed doors, they could be a completely different person. So y'all seeing me as masculine right now because maybe my father's energy is protecting me. Masculine energies are around me, keeping me safe and protected. My brothers are keeping me safe and protected because they understand I can't just be out here giving out all my goodies to all y'all. Especially when y'all talking shit. Like, what the hell? I'm about to be over here. You got to be cruel to be kind. Right. I can't be out here love bombing all y'all, letting y'all love bomb and just run up in my coochie in my back door. Like, y'all just coming all up in my house trying to get fucking snacks and shit. Just like a shitty ass nigga, right? Y'all trying to come run up in the house, get a whole bunch of fruit snacks and shit, and then leave after y'all tried to laugh and go on me. Like, I'm masculine. I can't keep a man. Why the fuck are you here? Obviously, I kept you attentive enough to stay on the live this long, right? Oh, so I do have the ability to captivate the attention of a masculine energy of your level. So whatever you saying about yourself is what you must be saying about everybody. Or what you saying about everybody is what you saying about yourself, because you are here. You get what I'm saying? Not the people, not Syria, not okay, not Maine, but y'all like. So whatever y'all saying about the other people is what you're saying about yourself, because you're still here and wanting to get access and wanting to be in the algorithm, in the synchronicity of the flow. But businesswomen and women who have to be masculine in order to protect themselves, I have to protect my feminine side so that it still exists for people in my real life. I have to protect my feminine side so that I have feminine energy to pour into my son this morning and his friend when they wake up and eat breakfast. So I'm about to turn on my feminine side and cook that breakfast, whip up them eggs in the kitchen, put some Eggos together, make some bacon, let's make some dumplings. I'm gonna fry get some sugar and some flour and some water and some milk, put it together, make some little fried sweet dumplings, put some syrup on them, dip them, dunk them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do all the feminine stuff, but right now we're working. Right now I'm on a platform and I'm here to get a message across. It's not for me to just be out here like, woo, y'all, we up in here having a party. Because I'm here to get a message across. To be a woman and be successful, you have to be masculine. You have to protect your privacy and your preciousness in order to perform. Yeah, I feel like a lot of popular influencers are putting on an act just for clout and attention. I'm telling you, because dude, he seemed like a good dude on the internet. Like, even like when I recorded, and it's not to talk about him in particular, but the people put on a whole nother voice when they online. Like, it's a whole nother, what's up, y'all? Like, but bitch, I can fuck you. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Jekyll, Jekyll, hide, Jekyll, hide, hide, Jekyll. Jekyll, Jekyll, hide, Jekyll, hide. Okay? So people seem like they so pleasant and so charismatic online, but meanwhile, behind closed doors, I mean, y'all saw what Diddy did. He was Diddy, take that. But then behind the scenes, yeah, bitch, you look stupid now. With all that shit you was talking now. And she on the floor, hiding under a blanket with blood all over the carpet. And this nigga about to come home and live his best life. And y'all wondering why women is becoming masculine. But y'all looking up to the main men that's putting their hands on women, beating women, sodomizing women. Y'all behind this president. Y'all here raping children. Like, I'm sorry. Kevin Gates, oh, I don't want no old women. They all washed up and tired anyways. But you going to take your old ass and all your trauma and everything you've been through and go project it onto somebody's young ass daughter. But you're not going to marry that woman or wife her up. You going to sit here and start fucking the life and the vitality out of somebody else's brand new young ass daughter whose coochie is bubbling like a little butterfly because they don't understand how spirituality works and how protecting their peace is important. So you don't want to do the work to be with a woman who's like accountability, responsibility. Like, Drika was even giving him open relationship and menage a trois and everything. And it still wasn't happy. That's why I always tap into your channel, because of your honesty. You seem real. I'm real as fuck because I don't have nothing to hide. Love and Hip Hop and Baddie shows you what some people are willing to do for $1. That's what I'm saying. People want to live that life. And the guy I was dating, I'm realizing he wanted me to live a life like that. And I'm looking like, I don't want to live no life. What you talk about? Let's watch the Drewski house. Come on, show them what you can do so you can spiritually be locked in with them. I don't want to be in that shit. I'm not about to be outside of nobody's house popping coochie for attention. I'd rather be the masculine woman that's trying to make sure that nobody's running up in my section versus being a woman that's like, oh yeah, y'all, for the whole team. What's up? Yeah, we live in the club. Yeah, everybody gonna fuck. Yeah, I got that fire. Yeah, I got that za. Come on, who want to get a ride? Come on, who want to get on this roller coaster? Like, what the fuck? When I go out and dance, that's the best y'all gonna get out of me. When I go out and I have fun for my birthday and I'm up on top of the section and I'm dancing, and I better be supported by somebody in my section. It better be niggas that run the club, that fuck with me, that's gonna keep me protected. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be outside like, oh yeah, everybody get a piece. You get a piece. You get a piece. The guy I was talking to, it felt like he was like literally telling everybody in the neighborhood, yeah, y'all get a piece as long as y'all bring me back some work. Shit was really sad. That's why Drewski House, who says that? No one in particular saying that. I'm saying like the energy that gives off from them shows is like girls are just willing to pop their coochie just to get some popularity. And there's nothing wrong with that, because of course it's gonna pay your bills and you're gonna be set. Oh, well, everybody know who I am, so whatever I had to do, look, I'm good. My nails are done, my hair's done. Y'all just mad because y'all live in y'all little Section 8 apartments looking like. But I could put baby girl, I'm a hairstylist. I could be your stylist and put that shit on you. I could put that shit on too. Y'all see me come on here with the lashes and glowing before y'all know I could do it. But I'm a real person before I want to be a baddie. I ain't never been with a baddie. She comes, so I add it to the tally. Now, I ain't never been with a baddie. She comes, so I add it to the telly. You know, like, I'm the girl who's calm. Like, I'm calm. I'm the calm baddie. I'm the one that when I dress up, I'm just calm. And y'all fighting over this same dude. Like the last dude, he's like, I want you to fight for me. I'm like, you want me to fight for you? I want you to be like this. And it was a girl who was like on a dude's car, like, no, babe, don't go. Where are you going? I'm like, you want me to be like what? I am a mother and I'm about to be 32 years old. I don't have time to be hanging on nobody's car acting like that. So when you release the trauma of everything that your parents been through, because my daddy was a pimp and my mama was a girl who was like his girl who looked the best. There was nobody touching that. Look, I'm gonna buy you a car in cash. All cash. And at the end of the day, you get my ones and my fives. That's gonna be enough for you to get your nails and your hair done. My birthday's on the 22nd, so yes, it's very soon. So I was raised in that environment, right? But because I learned how that could be detrimental to the body and to the soul, I didn't want to project that into my own reality. That's called generational trauma healing. I don't want to be with a dude who's a pimp. Even if he could give me all the one. No, I need you to be like, can our work, our line of work, or what you do, like be respectable and something I could brag about? I can't brag about my man being a pimp. That's not only masculinity and femininity. There are many other dynamics, but it all falls into the same category. Because to be masculine is to protect. So if a woman got to protect herself because the masculine's not doing it, she's becoming masculine. That's the whole principality here. To be feminine is to receive. If I can't receive because you out here projecting bullshit into the act, yeah, I'm a big dick ass nigga throwing dick around town. Any bitch that don't want to fuck with me, then shit, I don't give a fuck about you. It's fuck you if you ain't fucking me. Yeah, but I know I can fuck every bitch in the world. I can't receive that from you. And you're not protecting me by saying that to me. So then that forces me to become masculine because you acting feminine, trying to receive all this attention. You in your feminine energy acting like that. You're acting like a female that's looking for attention. You're trying to receive when you're supposed to be projecting, or rather protecting and putting out worth. And being a dude that says anybody could have you or anybody could sex you is not, it's not, if you telling me, so for celebrity, some celebrity, you telling me that I could fuck you that easy. I ain't gotta do nothing. All I gotta do is look good and smell good at the club and be willing, and I could get fucked. Like, we gotta really put these celebrities in their place about the way that they carry themselves. So you mean to tell me you think just because you rich that you're not supposed to have hygienic standards about your sex life? So you telling me you can fuck any and everything, or you're willing to fuck any and everything? Y'all niggas is nasty. That's why I'm like, celebrity. I don't give a fuck if a nigga's a celebrity. And someone's like, well, if Chris Brown up in your DM right now say he want to fuck you and take you on a trip with, no, boy, are you crazy? I don't want that. And I might have, when I was young and didn't know I was dancing, you really well, come get me hell, come here, I want it hell, I want it all. I'm dancing to the beat, but I'm not really thinking about like, I want to fuck Chris Brown because of this song. I'm not thinking if he asked me to come into his section, I'm throwing his ass back every which way. No disrespect to Chris Brown because he's amazing. What an amazing artist. I love his art. I don't want to know about his private parts. They were all over the internet. I'm the one person that never saw it because I wasn't looking. We got to bring back shame and we got to stop praising ratchet and start promoting classy. Exactly. Because people think that women having boundaries is masculine and stuck up. I'm like, just because I don't want you to know how my coochie vibrate, I'm stuck up? No, I don't have time for that. I gotta nurture my own household and my own family members and stuff. I don't want to do all that. What are you talking about? Because I'm not willing to let the whole world know how this pussy power pops ferociously. I'm a bitch. So you want everybody to know what your daughter coochie's like when she get older. No, I didn't say that. Yes, this is exactly what you just said because I'm somebody's daughter. Some of your psychology is something different, but maybe your experience is giving you tendency to see the world in one paradigm. No, I believe that divine feminine energy is supposed to be explored and experienced. But if you're a man and you have a woman, you're supposed to be with your woman. And women who trust you. You're not supposed to be trying to hack everybody. I'm gonna fuck everybody and I can fuck everybody. Because we know that STDs exist. We know that spiritual demons and holding on to other people's trauma exists. So if we're talking about trauma right now, but you want to fuck everybody, that means you want to be involved in everybody's trauma, everybody's heartache, everybody. Well, I got money, so it don't matter. No, because y'all all know every single person has been famous. There's been people who commit suicide by overdosing on drugs, alcoholism, and everything else, crashing out, crashing their cars, suicide by hanging them. We've seen it all. So it's like, money don't just make you happy. It's not about the money. Y'all don't have no fucking morals, and y'all need to be held, like, called on that shit. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all need to be called on that, because that's weird energy. What you mean you outside popping your dick for everybody? That's disgusting. So what does your family have to feed on? Oh, you dress yourself in somebody else's energy when you come home so that that person can get ate the fuck up on your behalf. Does a king have concubines? Does a king need concubines is the conversation that we really need to have. Do you need concubines as a king? Do you need them or do you just want them? Now, again, like I said, it's great for football players to have cheerleaders to cheer them on and keep them motivated. Spiritually, if that's your set, your team, your clique, your grouping, your groupies, your circle, it's like a family. It's like a family outside of a family. But when we talk about, oh, anybody can get it. Yeah, anybody can get it. Yeah, anybody can get it. Yeah, I'm throwing dick around. Hey, throw it like a circle. Hey, throw it like a hurt. Because who is responsible for you throwing that energy out? Because the energy got to come from somewhere. So I have no problem with people being who they are and being themselves, right? But if you a celebrity and anybody could fuck you, or you just pressing to just fuck anything, just because you a celebrity and you bored and you need something to do, and sex is the thing that you want to do in your spare time, you got to reevaluate some things about yourself. That's why you might have a big hole in your heart. That's why you feel empty, because you're giving out your soul to all these different people. Now, of course, some people think, well, the more people you are attached to, the bigger your soul is, which that there's some validity to that. So I guess the king and the concubines conversation is there in that. But to call the woman who says, I choose to protect my purity and I want to share me with somebody who respects what I got to offer. I don't want to just be one of the concubines. I would like to be a queen for whoever I decide to slurp on their peen. That's not wrong for the woman to want that. That's not wrong for a woman to protect herself until she can get that. Calling a woman masculine, bar sure. Yeah, I put it into a song one day, but it's like, to say it's masculine to protect myself or be standoffish is crazy, because that's actually feminine. Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to touch that? What are you doing? Why are you in there? Why are you looking at my son? Like, clench his pearls. That's why people say you clench your pearls. You clench your purse. Like, oh my God. Now here's an artist right here. This is an artist right here. I went to her show. I went to her show here locally, and I went to her show out in Miami. She talks about divine feminine energy and swirling on her, being the divine feminine. However, she has an entourage of females that do the work so that she ain't got to do the work while she is protected. Just because Beyonce get on stage and she got 500 other people on the stage. You understand what I'm saying? People will promote to you to do this, but they're not doing that. I don't think so, but I also don't think everybody can be reduced to masculine versus feminine paradigm. I mean, we do have transgenders and lesbians and men that are gay, and homosexuals, and heterosexuals, and then we have those people who are something with a P. I forget what it means. They like whoever gives love. They don't care who or what it is. It's just as long as the frequency is there, it is what it is. Pansexual. Yeah, it's pansexual. So I understand what you're saying, but it's like I'm just saying this in the sense of don't tell me that because I want to protect my feminine space from you after you've hurt me multiple times. Pots don't have a frequency of sexual vibration. It's usually things that have a heartbeat and plants and fungi. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. Okay. There's always going to be an incubus and succubus in every relationship. I'm not opposed to that idea. Because somebody's got to do the hunting, apparently, especially when you get more spiritual, right? It's going to be somebody who's going to be grabbing the sexual attention of other people to feed the spiritual vitality of the relationship. But that's a whole nother conversation that we wasn't supposed to get to that level of the conversation yet. We supposed to save that one for tomorrow. But we could go ahead and just like stick the head in. That's why I said a lot of people are saying one thing on their music, but in real life, they're more exclusive than they like to put out. Now, I don't know about the person I talked. He said he was only sleeping with me, but then at certain points he said he was sleeping with other people too. So it's like I don't know. I don't want to know because like you were sleeping with me unprotected. So I would pray that you wasn't sleeping with other women. But he said he was in the beginning of the relationship. So it's like my life is in danger messing around with you. I'm like, so do you just like I always wanted to know if this person was sleeping with other people through the entire relationship because it feels like he was, right? Like, why are you always so drained when you come over here? Then the baby mother's like, that's my man. I'm like, how is that your man if he's sleeping with me? Is he sleeping with you too? Like, then I found out later on he was. So it's like, but there was condoms being used in that space, but not with me. So I'm just like, but then there was a plan B purchase. So I'm like, hold on. So you had unprotected sex with somebody else that needed a plan B, but the plan B was still in the box. So it's like, because I bought the. So you know what I'm saying? Like, and this person, like I said, people who are celebrity, it's just like it gets to a point where after experiencing that stuff, that becomes the trauma that you have to protect yourself from. So then when you go into the next relationship, you try to release all that stuff like, okay, that idiot was doing that. That idiot was having his body all over the place. That idiot was having his spirit all over the place. That idiot was still sleeping with his baby mother. That idiot was doing that. That guy did that. He did that. That's his energy. That's what he does. This next guy might not do that. And okay, do you think that it's human nature that men want multiple women? It's a desire every man gets. This is my thing, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting multiple partners. There's something wrong with being honest about it and having everyone in the knowing of who's sleeping with who on what days and what's being transferred back and forth, and are we using protection? Is everybody getting protection used with? So who's getting the raw thing? Who so does is the rawness a sign of superiority over the other vajayjays? Like what we there's nothing wrong with having multiple partners, because it's 5 women for every 1 man, because men tend to live longer when they're in a relationship with a woman, whereas women tend to die quicker when they're in a relationship. We live longer when we're single because we are source, right? Everyone's trying to get back into a vagina, even other women. So we tend to live longer when we're single, and we tend to have more sicknesses when we're in a relationship, and we die quicker, and men live longer because they feed off of our energy. That's normal. So men usually have what we call a work wife. So when they go to work, they come out of their wife and then they plug their energy into the work woman. Okay, hey, work wife, what we doing today? Then they go into the next woman, and this is their, we're going out for my hobby. I'm a kickballer on the weekends, or I'm a bowler, my bowling wife. Then there's just the best friend that kind of like is like emotional support to like back him up whenever he needs anything. Whenever he's low, before he go home, he calls his best friend. Hey, how you doing? Had a rough day today, man. I appreciate you just hearing me out, man. Thank you so much. You know, blah, 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 blah. We should go hang out, and you know, I'll introduce you to some more of my friends, and he'll make sure she has other females to feed off of, so that, you get what I'm saying. And those other females, the wife gets to feed off of, the queen bee. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with a man having multiple. Now, he doesn't have to actually have physical sex with all the other wives, though, right? He can just have a spiritual connection, a little Bluetooth lock-in, a little vibe with them, where they, you know, and that keeps his vibe going, because that's how it works, right? Each chakra, you need 7 bitches: the queen, the root, and then all the other fillings. Nothing wrong with that. The issue is when you're not being honest about it, or if you're having unprotected sex with all of them, or if you're even having physical sex with all of them. That's where the issues come in, because it's like, now I don't trust you because you put my life at risk. You putting the kids' life at risk, and you putting our futures at risk. So now you need to figure it all out, because like I sat in the shower one day and I was able to analyze and see where this man held every single female in his spirit at when it came to us. His baby mother was like right here. His mother was right here. The other little girl that I was worried about was right here. I was right here, and his daughter was right here. Right? I saw it. I was able to see it and read the room. I don't know who was down on the orange. I don't know who was down in the red. That wasn't my position. I guess that was the white girl and the other girl, some other girl. I don't know. Some 2 girls I don't even know. Right? Then he needs somebody for the knees and the ankles and the feet. So I don't even know. He tried to get all up in my feet. I'm like, what you want my legs for? Oh no, see, we ain't doing that. My baby need my legs more than any man. So if I'm gonna get these strong ass legs, these stallion legs, these Sagittarian stallion hips and legs, any man is gonna be my baby, because I don't know what you got going on, because you're not being honest with me. So there's nothing wrong with man having, because you got to build yourself up. You got to have your spiritual backing, and women are in spirit. We are the things that go inside the big shell. The man is the big shell. So again, it's nothing wrong with him having multiple partners that are spiritual wives and assets to him. But when it becomes physical, and you didn't discuss that with your wife, and then it becomes unprotected with more than just your wife. So now you splurting up your semen and your juices and your DNA everywhere, because when you get to a certain level of spirituality, you understand that ejaculating into someone is merging your DNA with their DNA. And the more you ejaculate into a woman, the more you take over her DNA. So you doing that to somebody. Meanwhile, you got a wife at home that's dangerous. So no, that's not okay. That's not okay. That's imbalanced as hell. It is what it is. But to have spiritual connections, nothing wrong with that. But still be honest with who, what, and what is who, so that everyone is in the know, so that spiritual hygiene can be taken into account. Because now you got me carrying around people. I'm twitching and glitching in my hands and shit. I'm shivering and shaking. I don't understand why my body every time, like my hand be just pulsating and twitching by itself, and I'm like, why my hand keep doing that? It's like you got me looking like a fucking junkie, and it's like I don't even smoke or drink. So you got to be honest with the women that you're dealing with. That's why I don't respect a lot of men who do that, because it's like you got to be honest with who you're dealing with. All you got to do is be honest with who you're dealing with. Oh, women can't take the truth. Well, I'm a Sag. We live in the truth. So I would love for you to tell me the truth so that I'm not getting injured or hurt out here. So that my son isn't being injured or hurt out here. So that my whole entire life isn't at stake. If someone's sexual drive is higher than their partner, how does one deal with that? You know what's funny to me? People think that women not as sexually aroused as them and don't want to have as much sex as them, but a lot of men don't want to actually do the work. So for me, in my last relationship, the issue that I had was my partner just was like not trying to give me head, and I'm like, that's my favorite part of sex. Like the same way they had the same exact desire. They wanted that, like they loved that. They loved the beatbox on the wand, and I don't mind because again, I'm a giver. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, but you don't want to. So that makes me less sexually attracted to you because I'm only asking for one thing, like literally. And then my thing is this also, my last partner is like, they always wanted to nut and have me catch their nut. It's like, what the, you get what I'm saying? Like, as a female, to not be sexually pleasured where you could orgasm first and then that person could even catch your orgasm, you know what I'm saying? It just was like, it make you have less of a libido for that person. Like, I could go all day. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind. There's days where I would just love to sit in the house and just fuck all day. This would be amazing. That'd be great. However, when it gets to the point of you not even making sure that I get what I want out of the situation, what's up, Marlon? It throws me off because it's like, how can you want me to stick your whole entire junk and trunk down my throat? You want to nut in my mouth. You want to do all that, but you don't want to do the same for me. Oh well, every time I did that, I got a bump on my lip from you. That didn't happen every time. It happened once in a blue moon, and honestly, that is concerning to me. So that means that you must be a carrier of the virus or something. Because how you just randomly have outbreaks on your mouth, but you don't want to come to terms with that. Funny thing is, my son's father, he never had issues. Every other man that they didn't have that issue. So something wrong with you. What's up, Illuminati? So for me, again, we're talking about how men can have multiple partners, whether that be physical, spiritual, or emotional, but how the truth in that sometimes can be what causes issues in a relationship and things of the sort. We really running over our time, so I'm about to get up out of here. But it was an assumption that I was doing it. I'm like, that's weird because that's never happened with any of my other partners but you. So that means there's something wrong with you because every other partner that did that with me never had that problem. But anywho, Would you be able to date a man who told you the truth though? Like, hey, hun, I love you, but tonight I'm going to Becky's. Could you handle that? I've lived in that before. And again, some days I don't feel like dealing with your shit anyway. Get the fuck out of my house. If we not married, go on be. But again, like I said, if you don't discuss that it's physical with multiple women, that's a problem for me. No, I don't want to be with a man who's physically active and sexually active physically with a bunch of different women. No, I don't. I don't want to be physically sexually active with a man who has a bunch of different women. That's gross to me. No. Because I have herpes and you sleeping with me unprotected. So now I got to feel guilty about what could potentially happen to every other woman that you touching. That's dangerous for me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for me, I'm feeling like there's a problem now because it's dangerous. So having a spiritual bond where you going to work and y'all vibing out, y'all doing it, y'all ush ush ush, but y'all not physically doing it. I don't mind that, but spiritually, that you know, make sure their spirit is clean and clear. But then also don't be physically penetrating them too, because you raw dicking me down. And I'm herpes positive. Now again, I ain't never gay. Nobody came to me and said after they slept with me unprotected they had herpes. I've never had that happen in my whole entire 32 years of life since I had herpes when I was 17 years old. However, hold on one second, y'all. However, child. However, what I can say is, excuse me. I just think for men, again, the more honest you are with a woman up front, the easier it will be for you to get what you want from a woman. If you let your girl know, like, babe, I ain't gonna hold you, you know, the vibe job, like, slowing down. I'm trying to look for other things. Maybe not physically, just, you know, somebody who could spiritually support the relationship, you know. Especially if y'all are on that level where y'all could talk and y'all up here with it. I just need somebody to come in and, like, spiritually support us because, you know, y'all, like, you got a lot on your plate. I got a lot on my plate. And just be honest with yourself. But when you sitting here trying to, like, lie, play games, make women fight each other, like, you gonna build a better empire if all the women know each other and want to, like, kick it and go out to tea on the weekend. Like, oh, who got him next week, bitch? You get his ass. I ain't got time for shit. You know, and it don't have to be physical. Like, he's slipping with you for the whole week, right? Because I ain't got time for that fool shit. I'm trying to take care of these kids. Me and my kids gonna go out on a trip. We going to fucking Busch Gardens or some shit. You know, like, but men just want to be, I guess men get the thrill of it being a secret. And, oh, I'm conniving. I'm playing chess and they don't know. And if one find out about it, it's going to create this big rush of energy. And then I'll know she really give a fuck about me. And it's not just she want me for my money and my clothes and my status. Like, men really, y'all be saying, wow, we so masculine, so protected. It's because we done seen everything at this point, like, especially our 30s. Like, I done seen everything. I done seen it all. I can see the energy moving up and down in my face right now. It look like somebody getting penetrated, getting some heavy peen. I just pushed it down and my ears just popped. So it's like I'm not even feeling whatever I feel going on, whatever's going on in front of me spiritually. But my ears feel the connection. I'm like, hold on, push that down real quick. What is that? And now my ears is popping for clarity. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the world is so spiritual and so strange these days that you wouldn't even understand. Like, so for a man to be sitting up in a woman's face and be lying about what he want to do, his intentions, it's like, men love the thrill, for real, to be honest. You got that right. Right. And it's like, women, little do y'all know, we would love to do it too. But it's like, when we get that, it's like, that bitch is a whore. That's a thought for your ass right there. That's a whore. A whore. What do you mean you want to sleep with multiple men? What? What do you mean you want to have a man that you actually sleep with, and then one that just gives you a vibe and pays for your nails and toes, and another one that buys you groceries because you send him pictures of your toes, and another one that gets your hair done, and another one that makes sure your car is always fixed up and looking good, and he got all your he got all the kinks and everything. He got all the kinks and everything out of the car. He got the whole. He's a mechanic. Like, I took the dude that I was sleeping with to the mechanic's place with me because of my tire was flat. And they was giving me air for my tire. He said, what, you brought me here to embarrass me? I said, no, I brought you here because my tire's flat and you came to ride with me in my car today. Like, what do you mean? My tire was flat because I came to pick your ass up. Because I drove over that speed bump not paying attention. You didn't say speed bump. You wasn't paying attention. You was all up in your phone trying to set some shit up. So I went over that speed bump and my tire flat. And it's a brand new tire. And you being the man that I'm sleeping with, I would expect, like, okay, so babe, my tire flat. Can you give me money for my tire? And I'm not even getting that. Why he figured you tried to embarrass? Because they said something like, why are you being a bitch about it? Like, they was laughing at him. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know what they was saying to him. They're like, why are you being a whole bitch about it? Because, like, I had been away from him for days. Like, he had been sitting outside of my house for 3 days straight. Like, come outside, let me use your car, come outside, da-da-da-da. I'm like, I'm not coming out there. I don't got time for this shit. Like, I broke away from your ass. I feel good. I feel like separate. I feel healthy. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like my life has gotten better. I'm feeling like my energy's picking back up. I don't want to come outside. I don't want you to come inside my house. No, actually, no. I feel like good right now. I don't feel like my soul is not in my body. I feel like my energy's in my body. I can feel myself. My spine don't hurt. My mind is working clear. I have clarity. I feel good. I feel like I put my whole body back together. He was like your flat spare tire. He in your life for nothing. Did he assume you was messing with the mechanic or something? Because, I mean, the dude came up and was like, hey, you know, he saw that something he needed. He saw there was a pick-me-up needed. And that's why it's like, spiritually, you got to understand, like, as a mechanic, he helps the flow of my life. Like, just like he used to tell me, oh no, this girl is for this, and this guy is for this. This is my tree man. So yeah, this is my cameraman. So they're part of my crew. I'm like, well, this person been working on my car for like the last 2-3 years. So he a part of my crew. So he's expecting a certain connection from me because we just cool like that. So what, you fucking him? No, I've never seen his pee-pee. I've never seen his wee-wee ever. It's not like that. But whenever you act up, you know, and my car start acting up, then I come here and everything get fixed. I have a good day after that. He's a person in my algorithm, in my network that I trust. That's why I'm like, I only want people in my network that I trust. You keep trying to put people in my network that I don't know if I can even trust, because I can't even trust your ass half of the time. So it's like, you meeting people who I genuinely trust, who genuinely take care of me, will give me a discount on stuff, know I'm good for it. I'm trying to finally show you into my world, people who I've been connected to for years. And you trying to embarrass me. You trying to bitch me. Like, no, these are people who really stand on business about me. Like, what do you mean? He's making sure my car is good so that I could drive your ass around half the time when you didn't have a car. He was the one changing the oil. He was the one giving me a discount on the oil if I was short on cash, because I gave you some bread, because I was looking out for you, making sure you was good. So it was just like, us men get so jealous because we know men too well. Every man secretly trying to smash. But He always say that, but it's like, okay, and every bitch that you around trying to smash too. What y'all be thinking? Girls ain't trying to fuck y'all too? When a girl feel a certain kind of energy come off of a dude, it's like, ooh, I'm fucking the dude in my house. The neighbors is connecting Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. I'm feeling everybody's coochies vibrating and gyrating all at the same time. I'm like, what the hell going on up in here? I'm sucking dick. This bitch, I'm like, I ain't never sucked dick like this before. Oh, what's this move? I ain't never learned this. Who just tried to hop up in my soul and get up in here and join the crew? Cause what the hell is this? I ain't never did that before. Where that come from? Where that download come from? So just like y'all think every dude trying to smash us, it's girls that's trying to smash y'all and feel the vibe too. Cause we like to get felt up and filled up too. Just like husbands be having work wives, we be having work husbands that be needing to refill the blue or refill the yellow or refill the orange or refill the pink or the purple. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when we understand that, and it's an understanding and people at least know who everybody is, I guess it makes it more comfortable for me. But I guess when you know who it is, it's like it gets boring because then the whole entire vibration just becomes stagnant. It's like, I guess when it's an unknown individual, it brings a spice of vibrancy to, because it's like you don't really know whose vibration it is. It's a guest appearance, ha ha ha, and it's like, so it makes it more like interesting, I guess. Plus, I mean, I know there's people who are swingers. There's a dude I used to date who was a swinger. He's like, yeah, we can go to swingers club. They have like a room where you can go, and it's like condoms, and like you can look through the window at certain people. If they keep the window open, you can look through the blinds. And I looked at that boy. I said, sir, no, no. He said, you seem like the type. I'm like, no, 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 I'm not. No, I don't want to go to a club that has a whole basement, and in the basement is bedrooms. That if you lock the door, it means don't come in. But if you leave the blinds open, you can watch. But if you lock the door and close the blinds, that means don't come in, don't watch. But if you keep the door open but keep the blinds closed, that means come in but nobody can watch. But if you keep the door open and keep the blinds open, people can come in and people can watch. Like, what the hell? When I said, he showed me the club and everything, I was like, I'm not going in there. Oh my God, that's scary. I don't want to do that. But that was the physical version of it. This person I recently talked to, I had a dream that they did that in the dream. They were like, yeah, we about to leave and go to the orgy. So yeah, but you're not lit enough because you don't get how shit go or how shit move around here these days, so you can't come. So I had to stay home, my son and my baby father, and learn how to shoot guns. You ever been in an orgy before? I'll refrain from answering that question. What's the name of the club? Just curious. I don't remember. I don't remember. I just remember he took me past it and showed it to me, and I was like, I'm not going there. You know. I don't remember the name of the club though. It was in Laurel somewhere. And you had to have a member's badge in order to go. Like it was a members only kind of thing. It's a secret society. All we got is us. All we got is trust. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. What the fuck do y'all think that should be? I'm just saying, I can't. You'll be surprised at the shit that people be doing. Okay? I'm not having flashbacks. I'm having what I feel in my spirit. I'm like, oh yeah, somebody doing this junk to somebody. And I'm like, who is that they doing that to? I'm trying to really pay attention to who getting fucked up right now. Because my throat chakra was feeling blocked up. Because whoever somebody doing that to, I'm feeling it. Because I can feel like the ability to channel. It's like you lose yourself when you start moving too big. Because it's like you in the ocean and like, well, which one is mine? Hold on, Sierra's throat. Where's Sierra's throat? Where's Sierra's womb? It just feel like a vibration. It don't even feel like it's a thing anymore. It feel like it's just stuff moving in there. I like you get so big that you don't feel you anymore. It's a weird feeling. That's why I'm like, people be, oh, why you want to be so closed off and defensive? Because when I let everything up in me, I can't feel shit. I just feel vibrations and just, it feel like wind just blowing through the inside of your body. It's the most, I don't like how that feel. All the celebrities, that's just how it is. You need to open up and be able to express yourself. You're a vibration to be experienced by the world. I don't like that idea. I'm surprised your clips ain't went viral. I mean, I was on here. I used to get 11,000 people on my lives in the morning. I used to have 5,000 people on here every morning. It's just when I live in this apartment now, it's like it's other energies trying to be on top of me. Like, no, you coming inside the bubble. You gonna let everybody up in here, and then we not gonna be a private sanctuary. It's like, baby, that's not what I came here for. So it's like that's why some people, a lot of people who are viral online, they go outside in their cars and they go to parks and stuff to go do their work because people in the neighborhood be trying to block, like, oh, you trying to get too big and you letting people into my safe space. Well, I didn't expect that I have to leave my house to go viral, because when I went 1.5 million viral, I was in my apartment building. I was minding my business, talking about herpes. So what the fuck's the problem? You don't want a million different people to be pulsating energy through here so you could have a hot spot to lock into? Well, if you don't want to be a hot spot, then that shit is irrelevant and I don't want to be part of it. So it's like, it gives you that ultimatum, like either you gotta be a hot spot or you just gotta be a signal waiting to catch your hot spot. So it's like, again, we started off with trauma releasing and parents, and until you release the trauma of what your parents went through and all of that stuff, you're not gonna be able to truly grow into the next organism that you are. Because I saw a post that talked about a butterfly, right? And a caterpillar goes inside of the shell, right? Or the cocoon. Inside of it, it turns into complete liquid. Like, it literally releases an enzyme that dissolves its whole entire body. Now, I wonder if that hurts to a caterpillar. Probably not, but it goes in the cocoon and becomes liquid. And it's just cells in there that have the memory code to tell it to produce a butterfly. So it's a whole entire brand new organism. But it still remembers lessons that the caterpillar learned. That's why it knows how to eat leaves and stuff like that. So it still catches its memory. So it's like, I feel like the stage that I'm at right now is I'm in my cocoon, turning into liquid mush. That's why I feel so empty and so lost in the sauce in here to me. And then I'm finally going to become something else, bigger, more beautiful. It's just when you're finally able to hold that vibration. But it's like, I don't want to do it underneath the wrong person. Because like, what if I don't want your vagina to be the one to navigate me through the world? What if I don't want your vagina to navigate me through the world? What if I don't want none of that? I want my own, but I guess it's just the work, right? So going through all of this right here that we're talking about, like whether it's okay for a man to have multiple partners, do he want to have multiple partners? Do you want to have a husband? Do you want to have this? Like, I definitely want to have a husband one day. My son need a father figure. But the last dude that I dated talking about something, he don't want to be a father to my son. He said, oh no, I spoke out of anger. I didn't mean that. I was going through something somewhere else. Well, then you need to sit down and talk. I need you to ask me about it to know that you really care. You got to remember this. When you come to me, the first thing you be trying to do is just give me a kiss, give me a kiss, give me a kiss. I'm like, after you done cursed me out and said some fuck shit. Now, as a woman, you supposed to forgive him and know that he meant right. First of all, I already know you come around here because you want to have some makeup sex. My son is in the house. The kind of sex that you want to have, my son not supposed to be in the house while I'm doing that. If you can't respect that, because, I mean, I guess he do live above his mom and his stepdad. They literally, their bedrooms underneath his bedroom. So I guess whenever they be fucking, he be hearing it anyway. So I guess he's just used to that, I suppose. So I guess he's like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, your son don't give a fuck about you fucking, like, you know, like. But to me, as a person who I felt like, I don't think my mom ever had sex when I'm in the house, except for one time I heard her and I was so appalled. Like, it felt like my fucking skin was burning and rolling off my, it felt like my skin was like out of the disgust that I was just feeling like listening to that shit. I was like, oh my God, ew. So for me, I feel like I don't want to do that with my son in the house because ew. But again, it's just a matter of everybody goes through something different. Everybody experiences life different. Everybody has a different perception about what it's supposed to be. And the sooner that we're able to appreciate everybody's perspectives, the quicker we're actually gonna be able to like move forward. Cause like there's nothing wrong with a dude having an entourage of bitches. Just let me know who I'm in synchronicity with, cause I ain't got time. That little bitch weak as shit. Ugh. I'm not weak. I'm just not a bully. There's women that's meant to be pleasant and sweet. That's okay. Oh, that little bitch ain't about shit. I beat her ass right now. Why do I want to be around women like that? That's the kind of bitch you like to be around? I don't like girls like that. I used to be like that when I was young and dumb, but I don't want to be like that. Excuse me. So again, for me, I just feel like, yeah, men, y'all allowed to be able to be who y'all want to be, but just make sure y'all, you know, tell the truth so that everybody ain't lost about what the hell you got going on. Cause don't nobody got, especially if you got a girl like me, I got herpes, and you know I got herpes, and you out here fucking other girls. Like, come on now. But it's like something about, and this is what it's like. Well, he must really love you if he keep coming back to you and fucking you raw and trying to nut in you and get you pregnant. He must really give a fuck about you. Men, now y'all tell me, what does that really mean? Just because he's doing that, knowing my situation, does that really mean that he really genuinely loved me, or does that just mean like that's just one he want to get stuck underneath his thumb? So that's why it's like, I could look at the situation, it's like, damn. And I could be like all invested, like, damn, he probably really do care about me. Oh my God. Yeah, it's deep. But then it's like, it don't feel like it. Because when you pull up, it's always asking for, asking for, asking for. It's never give, give, give. You're like, well, what if I'm gonna plan something special for you for your birthday? Well, then maybe you should wait to see me to my birthday. Cause I need you know what I'm saying? I need a little bit of a break so you can let me know what's really tea. Get your thoughts together about how you feel about me, because I'm starting to feel a certain kind of way. Because I don't like being lied to, especially when I'm such an honest person. Like, you fucking other niggas, you talking to other niggas. No, I'm texting other dudes because when you're not around, I be needing support. And I'm not about to just call on you to support me because you always say, you're just trying to steal my energy. You're just trying to use my energy. No, I got other people that have energy that I could use too. So if you don't want to get used, because I mean, I thought the reason we was in a relationship or a partnership was to be used by each other. But if you don't want to be used, then I will find someone else who would like to be used to assist me through whatever I need to get through for the time being. But then, you know, so it's like when you release the trauma, you start to realize maybe it's not me that has the trauma. Maybe it's actually your trauma that's got you acting like that. Because I don't have trauma anymore. I'm sitting here like, as long as you communicate with me what's going on, because I am grown, I can handle it. All right, so this joint right here, she like my burner phone. She just like keep the vibe lit. So that's why I like her to be involved. Oh, this joint over here, I mean, of course, you know, that's the baby moms, you know. She she always gonna need a cut of everything because she gotta feed the daughter. So the baby needs, so she's here, but the baby's here, but you're here, so you don't need to worry about none of that down there. And she's here because she is, a big deal. And then of course my mom, she needed space and blah 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 blah. So yeah, boo boo bop, beat him up, bing bang. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, that was easy. All you had to do was be honest. All right, so you gonna go home and like wash your ass, or you want to take a shower over here? Just make shit simple and easy to understand for people to really grow with you. But if you sit here, you trying to beat people down, curse them out, talking about shit, everybody eats beat. That's what I'm saying. Like, make it clear that so I know that I'm also getting the chance to eat. Cause I'm like, what if I'm hungry? So you hungry? And I guess he called himself trying to feed me. I'm like, oh, look at that. You finally. But it's like, I don't know. For me, I really get irritated because I'm like, I really like to get my coochie licked on, y'all. When it comes to my partner, like that's the icing on the cake that just be making my day. Like that shit right there, unmatched, untouchable frequency. Like when you give me that right there, and you do that for me, you can have whatever you want. I won't even ask you no questions. But then for you to know that about me, I don't have one. That's the problem. No, he don't. That's the problem. Because when he did, he was like, so I'm like, you know what you're doing, you know how to do it, but you don't do it. It's like, what the? So that's like me. I'm like, I'm gonna start holding back too. I'm gonna start being like you. You petty as shit. Now I'm gonna start being like you. Oh, you don't? No, I'm good. I don't want to do that. Last time I went down there, I got a cut in the side of my tongue, so I don't want to do that. I didn't fall in love with my eater. It's just simple. Nobody's about to sit here and. Nobody's about to sit here. Right. It's like you playing games and it's like I feel all this energy like shifting. I'm sorry, y'all. But it's like you want to play and act like you really want this, but then when you hear to have it, you don't treat it like you really want it. And he be saying the same thing to me because it's like, well, I'm trying to fuck. I'm frustrated. I got all this shit going on. You know what you do for me and how we get it done. You right there. You right there. I could tell you felt that cut on the. I felt what? I'm confused. I'll be forgetting. Like once you get to a certain level of spirituality, it's like I don't feel nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead, whatever. So yeah, it's like you want to do what? Take the what and left the what? But then it's like, okay, so what about me and my folk? Like, okay, so you got that, but then I got my kid here. I got. I guess you here with me. Then I got my other friend here, and I got my other friend here, and I got my brother here. And I got my other brother here, and I got my stepdad here, and I got my father here, and so I got people that support me too. So how everybody gonna eat, right? So it goes both ways, and it's like, oh, you're draining. I'm like, you don't think that you be feeling draining sometimes too when you come through? Like you just come for a pick me up, and then after you get what you want, you get your hair done, and you get fucked, and then you leave. Now, I want to spend the night with you. I got amnesia. I forgot you had herpes. Could I catch it by just kissing on it? You could, but the thing is, when I'm not stressed out, I don't have outbreaks. I only get outbreaks when I get stressed out. So as long as you don't stress me out, you're good. It's like the universe is trying to tell you about you. Like, yeah, as long as you don't stress me out, I'm good. You good. We good. Everything's good as long as there's no stress. Because I've never had nobody else and then get bumps on their mouth. This only happened with one person. So I'm like, it's something in you that's reacting to it. It's not just a me thing, it's a you thing too. But then people start to come to terms with like, damn, well, I mean, most people in the city got it. Nah, you hella fine. I can't even blame them guys. It's not even just that. It's like you're not going to catch it just because you touch it. Like if someone has an outbreak, yes, you can't get it. But if I'm not having an outbreak and I'm like good, like you're good. But people just be like, you got to realize 80% of the population has it. Most people just not telling nobody about it because they scared of conversations like this. This is why I did this. This is how I went viral. Me, your strength is going to cause some kind of judgment. But me, I went viral because of the fact that I had herpes and I talked about herpes publicly. So when he tried to tell me stop talking about my herpes and stop being like me, it's like, dude, the whole reason I went viral was for talking about herpes. Like my last video that went up like big was a video about me talking about herpes. That's who I am. When it comes to the spotlight, who you are is the funny guy who made videos and clips and skits. So we keep on recreating that moment for you to live in your timeline. But then you're going to have to understand that I got to recreate who I am from my timeline, which is the girl who was confident talking about my herpes. Like, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Euphoria tapping in. Rich and Divine Risings. It's your girl Euphoria tapping in here to talk about herpes. So I wanted to let you guys know I have a parasite detox capsule you can purchase right now. If you don't want to have your outbreaks and you want to be, you know, out here outbreak free, of course you have to look at High Priestess, Divine Femininity and Consciousness and Dream. Okay. But if you don't want to have any outbreaks and you want to be herpes outbreak free, purchase my capsules. These can also work for you if you just want a simple parasite detox anyway. So any parasites. If it works for the herpes parasite, just imagine what it does to all the other parasites. Okay, period. So boom, there's that. And you order that from me. The link is going to be down below. Okay, so you can be herpes free like me. And yeah, I got you. High Priest and Hierophant supposed to be together. Outside of that, also remember to eat things that are high in L-lysine. Take some L-lysine capsules as well as magnesium capsules to keep your magnesium levels high and keep your L-lysine levels high. Because L-lysine is the amino acid that blocks out L-arginine. L-arginine is what feeds the herpes virus. So if you're eating a lot of chicken, a lot of chickpeas, surprisingly, a lot of quinoa, surprisingly, and certain other foods that I can give you a list on, that is why you're having herpes outbreaks, because you're not taking certain foods out of your diet. And you out here stressed out behind these men. You out here stressed out behind all of these aspects of yourself. You need to get back into like being you and being like herpes free. So again, purchase the capsules from me. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Parasite detox. Get them parasites out your body so your skin could be clear. You don't want to be walking around with a big ass acne bump on your chin either. So get the parasites out and get right. And boom. That's how I went viral. That's what I went viral for. That's how I got my name in these streets. That's how I had over 8,000 followers. Ever since I started dating this guy, I started losing followers. It's like, because they looking like, that's not giving stress-free. That's giving stressful. This vibration, You talking about relationships and domestic violence. I don't want to hear about that. Which is why I'm talking about releasing trauma now, because people don't want to hear about trauma. Hermit, the High Priestess, has to leave behind something that disgusts her. Right. So it's like people don't, trauma is disgusting. Don't nobody want to hear about that. Like, oh, you and the man is not doing well and he keep doing you dirty like that. And you keep letting him. Oh, I can't be around this kind of energy because I would never. I don't tolerate that kind of treatment. So no, I gotta stop following you. But meanwhile, on his timeline, oh, you got that bitch out there sucking your dick like she look like a whole group because hey, I know that's what's up. She bad as shit too, bro. I know that's right. My nigga. So you gaining followers because you disrespecting the fuck out of me, whereas I'm losing followers because I'm losing self-respect because I keep dealing with your shit. So when I had to put that into perspective, that's how I released the trauma of like, oh, I'm not traumatized and I don't have to deal with this shit no more because this shit is disrespectful as fuck to me. Like, I'm tripping out right now. Like, hold on. Like, you legitimately supposed to be treating me better than how you treated me. I don't gotta deal with this shit. You have a blessed day too. Lover's card just popped out and the death. Yeah, death to that love connection, because it's like, is there really any love there? Like, death is the message. Yeah, the message is let that shit ride out and be done with. Death to the lovers came out again. Like, Lover's card, and I split it on death again. It just, in that shit, the offer is the death. to remove yourself from that situation, to let that shit die. Let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and fry. Okay? Yeah. Gotta have the initiative to put things to an end and rebirth. Do you think you got the one out there? No, he probably locked up in prison right now, honestly. My baby father probably was the one. And watch out for your kids. Yeah. Because people be trying to come be around you just because your kids got good energy and be trying to pimp out and prostitute out kids. Because, again, and when it comes to celebrity world, a lot of them names is on that Epstein list, okay? Queen of Cups is not going to keep running with the crowd. It's going to learn to be patient. Sit down. So y'all think I'm stuck up. I'm just simply plugging up my son's asshole because I'm like, y'all ain't about to be running through my son. Take me through there. Take me through there. Just for fame and fortune. And I understand, yeah, that's the truth. Be patient. The truth is, it's a hard battle. People trying to put you in the pit. The death card keep popping up. That's why I'm like, y'all be thinking it's a game. Like, nah. Oh, shit. Look at that. It just came out. A tower's coming. A major tower's coming. Someone's going to receive a gift during this full moon, and someone's going to have to be patient and slow down. Hold on, wait. Because somebody's strength is finally going to emerge. Yeah, a tower coming. Someone's gift is going to be handed to them for the ancestors. Their abundance. Use your intuition, your feminine aura. Be patient. Don't be running and chasing the bag because the bag is literally right across the street. You just got to learn how to build the bridge to get there. And that's your strength. Like, people be out here trying to get people out the way and hex people and shit just to get their abundance. It's like, doing all that is going to show who you are. That's not what God told you to do, bro. God didn't tell you to come and execute somebody and stop their flow and their motion just to make your stuff float. Like, God didn't tell you that. God wouldn't tell you no shit like that. God not gonna say, step on that person's neck and disrespect the fuck out of them in order to get what you want out of life. God's not gonna have you move like that. God's gonna tell you to protect yourself, but not kill out somebody's whole entire lifestyle and movement. You're not gonna be organically blessed. Some kind of love at first sight situation is now finally moving into poverty. Or some kind of travel is going to happen, or some kind of rapid decision or rapid situation is going to cause somebody some kind of poverty. Because somebody's having imposter syndrome. Somebody don't know who they are. Somebody's trying to figure out who they are, dressing up like other people. And you see he got these little fish legs down here, but trying to act like he a lizard, trying to put on a lizard's clothes and be a king. Like, what are you? Who are you? What does your body look like? What does your spiritual body look like? When you go to sleep at night, what are you looking like? Because I was walking last night down a path and it was like a bunch of black snakes that just was popping up all around me. Like, it was so fucking weird. It was just a bunch of snakes. Like, it was two snakes on one side and they started to come up and stand up straight and they have red eyes. There was another snake on the other side. I'm like, oh my God, it's snakes everywhere. But then I woke up from my dream this morning to a video of a rabbit fighting off a snake. Funny thing is, my son's best friend is sleeping over. His zodiac, Chinese zodiac, is actually a rabbit. So You see, I'm looking at the energy right now. The son's energy, I mean, his friend's energy is fine, but I'm looking at my son energy. I'm like, why my son energy feel choked up? And I'm looking at what's going on. It's like an energy just like floating over top of my son. It's like a pendulum, but it's like trying to fuck him in the ass and stab up his back. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, nah, bro, we not doing that. I don't know who or what it is, but because people be weird. USA, what does that mean? Excuse me. Temperance energy. Okay. So that's Sagittarian energy, being an angel, making the right decision. That's what I'm looking like. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, masculine. All eyes are watching at this time. That's what I'm looking like. So, my son's energy. You got a frog stuck in your throat. Is that what that is? Well, who's the frog? Oh, they just dropped back down into my belly. That's why I'm like, what the hell? There's a transformation happening right now, if you allow it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step into a portal, and somebody's bringing you the spark to help you get through it. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. But you see now, like, I'm sitting here, I got to protect my son. So now I'm standing over top of my son spiritually, paying attention to what's going on with him to protect him from whoever's been on this live or whoever's in the neighborhood just watching. You never know if it's people in the neighborhood. You never know if it's people on here. Like, you never know who it is that's doing that to the kid because there's so many different energies. He was at a basketball game last night. He's all like, yeah, I'm trying to go to the basketball game. I'm like, nah, boy, you don't realize they trying to see what you got. They want to know who the fuck you are so that people could lock in and petition. No, Marcel, I don't like that. Knave or Page of Pentacles, becoming a student. So again, putting this, when you feel this feeling in your chest, that triangle, that's somebody standing over top of you. Now, I don't feel that in my chest no more like I used to with that whole, I don't feel that like I used to. I don't. Okay. The neighbor just stomped for some odd reason and it came back. She's trying to prove a point, but it's like you finally realize, like, oh shit, that ain't got nothing to do with me, baby. I'm sorry. That's my son. You need to watch out. See? It's like the lady upstairs, she keeps stomping, and it's like, why do you do that? Like, what's going on? Or it's like she's just trying to dig in to, and it's like, girl, no. I don't have to accept that. I don't have to allow you in my space like that. Like, the hell? You start to realize, like, people all around you is just studying and trying to eat off of you. And it's like, okay, well, my son is healthy. What the hell's wrong with y'all? Go outside and go hunt. You don't just get to jump in nobody's little kid energy and just, oh, well, they got all that meat. They need to share some. Well, hold on. Did you share any meat with me when I moved here? Did anybody say, hey, neighbor, how you doing? But again, all eyes are watching at this time. Right. Everybody want to get devil energy at the bottom of the deck. Gotta be careful, man, because people be like watching you, studying you. So that's what I'm looking like. Because how I hear a door, it sound like it open right there. Like, what's on the other side of this apartment? Somebody else's closet. Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. Look. The devil energy came out the deck. Again, all eyes are watching. Something with the devil energy. Something with lust, seduction, trying to be a part of, orgy. Like, people just curious, want to know. People want to get their cut. High Priest at the bottom of the deck. And just like, people don't realize, like, you're not meant to be like everybody. Like, when you finally just exude who you really are, it's like, all that trying to put a shell on somebody else's energy is ridiculous, because it's like, it's not your job to do that. You can't tell somebody you want to hinder them in their experience in life when they're supposed to blossom into something bigger than you. People can't stand to see other people get bigger than them. I don't mind somebody being bigger than me. But what I do mind is someone who won't give credit to that chapter in the story. Justice. Someone who won't give credit to the support that you provided them. I used to hate that movie. Like, when that little mask came out, I was like, it sent some kind of weird feeling through my body that I never felt before. I was like, oh, that's why I don't watch scary movies no more, because I'm like, I feel like the movies carry spirits and energies that people be knowing about, and they be wanting to give life to them because they use those energies to bring them. King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Let me see something right quick. Well, who the hell was that then? I just said, where's my third eye? And it just made me shift over to the left and raise up like 5 different pegs. Like, who energy was I in then? My son's energy is like right here, like right next to me, but slightly below me. I guess they say you're the parent now. Because for some odd reason, my school, okay, this is another reason why I say you got to release parent trauma. The school called me and said, yeah, we have the mother listed as the grandmother. And I'm thinking they talking about my mother. My son's mother was listed as my grandmother as old school. So they was respecting the situation like I was his mother. I mean, like my grandmother was his mother. And I was just a non-factor. So now I'm required to be responsible for my son through the school system. They was like, we're going to clear it all out for you. So I think that's why they had the basketball situation, to help me clear out all the other energies that wasn't actually supposed to be in my son's energy. It was like a clearing of space. Because people be trying to act like they're your kid's parent. And it's like, you're not my kid's parent. So you don't get to be over top of his head like that. You're not his grandma. Right? So it was just really strange for me in that space, really like seeing like, and now that I'm looking at the energy, like, okay, my son's energy, and I'm seeing it down here because I'm used to his energy always being above me. But apparently, like I said in the book and how they had it set up and how they kept on programming it into the system, they wanted me to be beneath my son, my family, so that they could take whatever they wanted from me off the top and then have access to him as if they was the parents. But the school system finally set it up where now I'm above my son. And they're like, so who's the father? His father's in prison, so they're like, oh, yeah. So we're gonna figure that one out later. But yeah. Now that we all are aware that I'm actually a parent spiritually in my son's system, it's just really funny to me to finally like see that like it makes a difference in what I'm willing to accept in his house from all aspects. I now get the right to say yes or no. So for me, yeah, the neighbors are kind of like, they're like, okay, too much, too much. It's time to get off. So they're cutting me off, y'all. They said I gotta go to bed, or I gotta go ahead and film my script, my my skit. So if you follow, if you don't already, follow me on Instagram as well, so you can start seeing my skits, because I've been doing a DMV Game of Thrones kind of skit, and I think it's really lit. I think it's funny, honestly, because people love English accents, and I always did those with my siblings when I was younger, like talking an English accent and stuff like that, and just act out different situations. So I'm gonna finally bring that to life and see what happens with it. It might just go viral. Well, I think it is gonna go viral because everybody loved Game of Thrones that I ever met. So anyway, um, your girl is about to what the hell is that? Your girl is finally about to focus on the content creation the way I should have been doing all this time. And yeah, we're gonna grow and glow and do everything we're supposed to, because you already know. So yeah, y'all be good, y'all be great, y'all be gods. And remember, on this platform here, you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember, always have peace, love, hair grease, and everything in between, because these are tools in your body to help you manifest your dreams. And let nobody take advantage of you or your chakras, because this is your body. Let nobody take advantage of you. This is your body. Even with all that stuff on your forehead, look, you can always just go ahead and erase. If you don't know, you know how, if you should know by now, but you can wipe off your windshield. If you didn't know, use your windshield wiper. Okay? Windshield wiper. It'll help. Also, don't let your subconscious eye get blocked. Okay? Love y'all. Peace.